guys, Bobby and Vinny here from Peak Performance Academy, and today's Coach's Corner, less can be more.
So point number one is you just need to have a full picture of your lifestyle. So let's, for example, if it's someone like you're running a business or manager or something and you're working really long hours and you're under stress Monday to Friday, all week, all the time, you're bringing work home with you, something like a HIIT class, high intensity class, or something like heavy weights, something like that isn't going to be the best for you. So it's kind of this whole least mode thing. So if you're under stress all the time, this high intensity class or these heavy weights in the gym are just going to put you into even more of a stress mode, even make it harder to recover, which is probably doing you more damage to good. So something like that is you come in looking at kind of low intensity cardio, which kind of brings second point of like looking at the health markers and things like that.
Yeah, because the health markers are going to tell the kind of background and the bigger picture of the whole thing. And like we'll always look at a person's lifestyle first, and then we look at the health markers. And if we have an idea with the lifestyle, and we'll say, we know the person is working 12-hour days, has kids at home, no time, we'll say, as such for themselves, or no downtime, and are constantly talking about business, thinking about their kids, and trying to, we say, juggle the work life with the home life. The health markers are normally going to correlate quite well there. Stress is going to be high, the blood pressure could possibly be raised, resting heart rate in the morning could be quite high. So we would be looking there first at the health markers to see what we need to do in terms of planning going forward for this person. Now, it isn't that one size fits all, it's the individual themselves, but what we're finding more and more in the last kind of 6 months, the health markers and looking at the lifestyle, it's kind of showing the same picture for an awful lot of the clients we're dealing with at the moment, and we are pulling them back a little bit to move them forward.
So point number 3 then is set up a plan with health the number one priority. So kind of thing we say is like fat loss isn't going to make you healthy, but if you chase health first, it'll make it easier to lose weight or lose fat or get that goal you want. So the first priority should always be health, because that's going to be long term, it's going to be the rest of your life. You want to live a good life rather than just chasing a goal or a specific body image you want to look like, and then just wrecking your digestive system, wrecking all your hormones, everything, throwing that all out of whack. So putting yourself into a healthy position first is going to make everything else easier: work life, home life, sleep, eating. And so like it's just looking at the big picture at the start.
Yeah, because most of the time, like 90% of clients that come in are going to want to lose some weight, and a lot of the time when you look at that, what people are actually doing is the first thing they'll go to is dropping food, eat less food. They will straight away maybe go and start to increase their training massively. They might have been only maybe doing an odd light walk once or twice a week. They suddenly cut their food, and then they increase their training, and they start going to 5, 6, 7 classes a week. So they're not putting their body in a very, very good state for long-term success. So what that means is that initially they're going to lose weight, but the problem is all these old habits are going to come back. The body's not in a primed position for sustained weight loss and sustained body composition over a long period of time, because the health markers are not in place and the person is not looking at that side of things. They just want to lose the weight. Okay, I'm going to drop calories, I'm going to eat less food, I'm going to train as hard as I can, I'm going to sweat, and then my body's going to lose weight. But that's going to plateau after a while, and then that's where the problems set in and the rebound happens.
It's kind of like someone, they say, like, you know, I'm sticking to my macros, my nutrition, it's perfect, like, and I just can't seem to be losing weight. But then when you actually find out about their lifestyle, they're only sleeping 4 hours a night and they're stressed out with work all the time. They go home, then they're stressed, and like that's so like you can see there, the nutrition's only one aspect of it. Like Joe, there's completely different aspects. So that health first is going to be the main thing.
Massive, absolutely massive. And then the very, very important thing as well is when you're dealing with a client, and especially when we're dealing with clients here, is we give a clear picture of what's ahead. So the key thing with a client is you have to educate your client, empower your client. So you're saying, okay, your client wants to go 100 miles an hour and you want them to go 50. Okay, you need to educate that client and tell them, right, this is the reason we are going 50 miles an hour at this first initial stage, and then we're going to start increasing, because we're looking at health markers, because we want to get these in the right order, in the right spectrum where we need them to set our body up for weight loss, if that's the goal. And so the key thing here is education, and that's the cornerstone of everything we do here is education. So we educate the client, empower them by telling them this is why you're doing this, this is the period we're doing it, and then after this period we should be here, and then we're going to move to here, and then we're going to move to here. So there's always a progression, just like when you're in the gym and you're training, you're trying to progress you're trying to progressively overload all the time, you're trying to get yourself stronger or perform a little bit better. It's exactly the same when you're setting up your health. You're all the time having stages along the way, and that's very, very important from a coach's perspective, that you're relying that information to the client, and the client is actually understanding it, and they're saying, okay, I fully understand that, and then you're bought into that system and you're saying, right, this will work for me. And remember, the power of belief is huge, and if somebody believes in something, they will get results. That's the key thing.
And bonus points, kind of moving on from that, so sometimes you have to slow down to move forward. So how many people do you know, like we all know people like friends, relatives, what they join a gym and they're going to lose weight, they're going to get in shape, and they start off their training 6 days a week, going every day, twice a day, and after 4 or 5 weeks then they've stopped, they've given up already, like. And so like sometimes you just have to slow down, talk to a coach first, get a coach. What are your health markers? Is your resting heart rate high? Is your blood pressure high? Maybe you don't have to be training 3 or 4 times weight training, maybe 2 light weight sessions in, 2 cardio sessions. Look at your nutrition outside of it. So sometimes it's just slowing it down, getting the basics and the fundamentals right, and that's going to give you the better results and probably even the faster results.
Yeah, because I mean, we as coaches will always look at the health markers first, the lifestyle as well with that, and I mean, you have to look at the autonomic nervous system, where you have the parasympathetic system, which is one we want to be in 80-90% of the time, which is our rest and digest. But the problem is we're in the sympathetic system, which is the fight or flight. That's stressed, high intensity, high energy, high go. And you can imagine if you're coming from work and you've had a crazy day at work and you've a very, very stressful day with dealing with people or something happened, and you're going to go straight into the gym and absolutely beast yourself in the gym. It's stress and stress and stress and stress and stress, and that just keeps building. Imagine it in your head like blocks on top of each other. At some stage something's going to give, and that happens an awful lot of the time, and that's why people will struggle with body composition and will struggle to lose weight, and they're constantly on this cycle. It's like a merry-go-round, around and around and around. Lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, and it never stops. So guys, if you like what you hear, you'll find us on peakperformancekillarney.com. We are on all our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and we have a YouTube channel, Peak Performance Killarney, and we also are starting a podcast today. The first one will be up this evening, Reach Your Peak podcast, where you'll find us on iTunes, and hopefully enjoy that. We have some very, very good guests coming along, and we'll be talking in depth about factors and some stuff we've mentioned here, but we'll be getting some really high level experts in the field of health, in the field of all different fields of health and fitness, to talk about it in a bit more depth, so that should interest everybody. Okay guys, thanks for listening.